I'm doing it. Yeah. Check it out. Look. Welcome to the podcast. This is Third Thoughts. You have made it to the show of the week. It's the show of the week because we only do one a week. I am here. I am live with the chief himself in the flesh.
Yep.
I'm with RNDY.
My secret identity.
My name is Clay. Welcome to Third Thoughts. It is good to be with you on this Wednesday, September the 5th, 2018. We're here. We're live. We're doing it. We're in the thing, in the studio. And today we're going to talk about some things that are happening like we do every week.
We're going to start out with something really serious.
Really serious?
Yeah.
You got something really serious? All right, well, make sure if you're listening live on Spreaker, we appreciate that. Leave us a comment. You can drop in the chat box. You can say anything you want to say, and we do read those as the show is happening.
We erase any that are not intelligently made.
Yeah,
and none that take the side that is opposition to me.
That's not true. I leave all the comments. I leave them all. I may not reply to them all, but I leave them all. If you're listening later on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, wherever you're listening, we appreciate that too. Leave us a review or a comment and let us know what you thought. That really helps us out. Yeah, I'm excited about today. I think today's going to be good. Should be interesting. So you said you got something serious.
I want to kick us off.
Okay.
A Florida man was arrested for assault after he gave his girlfriend a wet willy.
I didn't know where you were going with
That's
that.
when you
So many places.
that's when you wet your finger and stick your finger in somebody's ear. And he was arrested for giving his girlfriend a wet willy.
Did she call and file the charges?
She called and filed the charges. Yes.
I love that junk. That's hilarious.
I wonder if he'll also lose his gun carrying
No, that's
privileges.
They already took it. You didn't. They
Because
went
he's a
straight to his
danger to
house.
someone else, because that is an assault charge. And under the new law in Florida, you can have your weapons taken from you
Yeah.
over a wet willy. He lost his privilege to hunt over a wet willy.
That joke's funny.
That is funny. I just want to start out on a serious note.
I like that. I really appreciate you
How long
coming
was he
in
in
with that.
jail?
It didn't say.
I hate Wet Willie, dude. That junk's it's disgusting. Disgusts me.
Oh, it does say that the daughter who was present confirmed her mother's account.
Wow.
She has a witness to the wet willy.
Wow.
Wet willy witnesses.
Are these people originally from Alabama?
No, I'm pretty sure they're from somewhere around. It doesn't say this, but I'm assuming that they were from around Gainesville, Florida.
Ugh.
That's just as bad
It's even worse sometimes.
Port St. Lucie, wherever that is.
on the coast.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a port.
yeah. I mean, but there's a
Port of
lot. There's a
Gainesville.
there's a lot of coastline in Florida.
Yeah, a fair amount.
Yeah.
Give it a fair amount.
So now that I've got us kicked off, that's really my only contribution
No,
today.
That is not your own.
Have you been watching the Florida Bama? What's it called?
Floribama Shore?
Floribama Shore. You've been
Did you
following
ever
them?
check it out?
No,
You never checked it out?
that's not something I would ever
It
watch.
seems like something you would watch, dude.
No, I'm not going to watch that madness.
It does, though.
I do have another one, but this could actually get a little.
It's okay.
Yeah,
I'm
so,
expecting today to get a little.
It'll be fun. Go ahead.
Well, no, because this was more of a. I'm going to hold on to this because it's something that could impact my actual job later. I don't mean in a negative way. I mean, I may use it.
Oh, you're trying to say.
So I'm going to hold on. Yeah, I'm going to hold on to that.
You're not going to let the pod get it. I mean, wait.
Yeah.
It's a special niche of listeners here, though. You never know.
yeah. So I'm gonna hold on to that. But we can talk this one because this one's great.
You got
also.
to move that mic down.
Move it down.
Yeah, like so it's pointing at you. There you go.
It's really uncomfortable.
It literally didn't change your position at all.
I know.
It's just changing the mic's position.
I know, but I mean,
Okay, go ahead.
there is no video, so nobody knew that. I wanted to think that I was making a sacrifice to do the podcast.
Whoa, sacrifice.
I'm not segueing into anything. Calm down.
Whoa,
Pull the
sacrifice.
reins. Pull the reins. Pull the reins. Florida couple. This is great. This is great. Florida couple built drive-through window in mobile home to sell drugs.
Heck yeah.
A mobile home drive-through window, complete with signage. Yes. Complete with signage to direct people to the drive-through window and an open and closed sign on the window so people would know when they were in business.
That's got to be the Panhandle by Bama.
Oh my god.
It doesn't say where it was.
That's hilarious.
Oh, yeah, it
dude.
does too. Ocala.
Dang it, not the Panhandle.
Yeah.
That is near Gainesville.
Yeah.
Arrested
very close.
August 23rd after investigators raided their mobile home following reports of 4 drug overdoses in the area. So evidently when you put the drive-through window in, it increases business and people overdose.
It's just like fast food.
Yes.
Is it Felipe Franks? Is that the name?
No.
You know what's funny is it's not funny.
He couldn't throw anything through that window.
It's not funny, but they used to say, you know, lots of rappers used to say, like, you can't, no matter what, you can't knock the hustle, right? Like, you got to respect somebody's drive to get it done, even if you don't like what they're doing. That's hustling right there.
I mean,
I do not condone that behavior, the
No.
sell or use of drugs.
Dude,
No.
But I'm just saying, you're trying to get it done, you're trying to make $1.
The drive
And you cut a hole in your house.
the drive-through window costs more than the trailer. I mean, dog, let's be real.
You cut a hole in your mobile home to get it done. Can't
Yeah.
knock the hustle, man.
here's the deal. Here's why people were being were overdosing. They were cutting their drugs with fentanyl. So that was the deal. Yeah.
Yeah. That
So,
sounds rough, dude.
Yeah.
It's really messed up.
So anyway, yeah, that's all I got today.
That's all you got.
That's not all you have.
Okay, let
You
me
know-
look again.
Yeah, you know he has like 25 other stories.
I mean, I know you're not feeling the 100% right now.
But you know what? Here's the issue. Sometimes it's hard to carry the whole load by yourself. But I will do this one also.
Oh, we
Okay.
have stuff. We're just waiting on you.
Here is a.
Yeah, you say you want to start serious. I'm just going to let you start.
Well, I just wanted to start. I didn't want to do the whole podcast by myself.
Huh?
I mean, I have to bring all the engaging content, all the witty banter.
Yeah.
I have to do everything except that weird intro that you do.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah. So, Dine and Dasher. Okay. Dine and Dash Dater faces 10 felony counts for allegedly skipping out on dates before the bill. So this guy was picking people, online dating profiles. He was, however that works, reaching out to them, scheduling a date. They would go to restaurants. He would order these big meals, tell them to get whatever they wanted, and then say, I need to step to the restroom. He would go to the restroom and dash out and leave
The
the
date?
lady with the check.
Why?
And that has turned into 10 felony counts.
Wow, dude. You know, you want to eat for free that bad? Or is it the rush of escaping? Or is it
Probably all of the above.
the rush of leaving someone else like that? Or I don't know.
We need to do a psychological profile.
I know. Can't knock the hustle, though, man. You got to do what you got to do. Get those free meals.
8 women ended up paying the bill themselves. One who was promised that he would pay her back. I don't know if he texted her or whatever.
Had to go.
I mean, I guess maybe she hit up his online dating profile and said, "Hey, man, you left and I had to pay the bill." And he was like, "Oh, yeah, I'll get you back. I'll just Venmo you." Or whatever. And then 2 in which the restaurant picked up the check.
Really?
Yeah.
I can see that. Like the restaurant feeling bad for the girl.
He was taken into custody. If convicted, he faces up to 13 years in state prison.
Holy crap.
He pleaded not guilty to extortion, grand theft, and other charges.
Wow.
Dude, where was he eating?
I don't know. I read somewhere where he ordered a salad with shrimp, a filet mignon, and a dessert. He went all out. All of a sudden, he's all, my phone's dying. I'm waiting on a call from my mom about my aunt. I'm going to go to the car, get my charger. And my first comment to him when he got up was, what are you not coming back? She was stuck with $130 bill.
And she paid it?
It doesn't say.
So wait a minute, this cat might be in jail for 13 years for about $1,300, roughly.
Yes.
If that, on average, he spent $130. That's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand, but that's inequitable.
That does seem like a lot.
That's severe punishment.
But
This is Florida again?
Yeah, no, Southern California.
Southern California.
I didn't realize it was,
that's why liberals.
Why are they felony charges, though?
Probably extortion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Each count is a count of extortion.
Okay.
But this is what it's setting up for. Listen to this statement. I didn't mention it to the restaurant. Nothing. I think I was more embarrassed. My pride was just like, I felt dumb. So not only is he going to face these criminal charges, but he's going to get sued for emotional
distress,
cruelty. Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, this is crazy.
That is crazy, man. It's not
one of the ladies said
he was
one of the ladies, I'm not reading this verbatim, said he was extremely good looking and I couldn't believe he was reaching out to me on my profile.
Yikes.
So he was a predator also.
Yeah.
He obviously was taking advantage of the situation. Yeah.
That's just weird.
That is weird.
That dude's going to plead insanity.
But okay, so you know the show Catfish, right? You ever seen the show Catfish? It's on MTV.
Yeah.
About the
MTV still exists.
Yeah.
Is it on MTV?
It was
I don't
on
think when I
MTV.
watch it, it's on MTV.
It may not be now. It was though.
I may just watch
so
replays.
A catfish is like you pretend to be somebody else online,
Yeah.
right? So they did a whole show about it where they go and catch these people. So is catfish not considered extortion or something?
Or are they beating people out of money? Just time.
Yeah, I guess that is
just emotions.
So it has to be money. But seems similar to me, kind of like.
And I wonder why it's just I guess because the actual monetary transactions happened in the state of California, but it seems like since it originated through the internet, that it could be a federal charge as well.
Yeah.
Because anything done across television lines or the internet is federal.
Yeah.
Like if you threaten somebody online or on a telephone, that's a federal charge.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
He's going to flee to a sanctuary city.
he already lives in one if he's in SoCal.
I'm just kidding.
I don't
What,
think-
He lives in
that's
the
what those are
sanctuary
for.
state.
what state of California was it? Which part? Have they split yet?
Not yet.
Not yet.
But they did make a new proposal.
Yeah. I heard about that.
A fourth state, or in some, it doesn't matter, but I think all the proposals now include this, is they cut the sliver away from the coast, an inland sliver off, and making it a Native American state.
Interesting.
Yeah. That is interesting.
Yeah.
I wish they would just do it, man. Let's just see what happens.
Well, I mean, here's
What's
the
the
thing.
worst that could happen?
The issue in California, one of the big issues in California, a lot of people are saying it's a conservative liberal thing, but the bigger issue is water.
Right.
That's the issue in California is water rights, because Southern California has no water. Northern California has a lot of water, but the population mass in Southern California dictates that representation is so heavy from Southern California, so they consume all of Northern California's water. They're emptying, they're just emptying their tributaries. They're taking all their water, and now Northern California doesn't have enough water. So that's the big thing in California is water rights. I accidentally got into a discussion with a guy, not intentionally whatsoever, about this, and it went on for like an hour while I was at Pepperdine. And, it was intense. He was passionate about it.
Yeah.
I felt like it was possible he was going to leave and like blow something up. He was so enraged by it. So I mean, it's a big issue.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
yeah. So it's not just liberal versus conservative, because Northern California is pretty conservative.
Right.
Yeah. It's more like here.
Yeah. I don't know if it's like here, but I mean, they're still, yeah. But yeah, okay.
More like here than Southern California.
More like here from a conservative standpoint. Yeah, but not a thinking standpoint.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. So, okay. But, okay, that's probably all I got, because anything else I say is going to segue into what you guys are trying to get to anyway, and I've been staying away from those two.
Why are you trying to stay away from it, though?
I don't know. I just don't. I think that I'm being baited into the segue is
You're not,
what I
you're
think.
not being baited.
I think because
our minds all
I
day.
felt ill this morning.
Yeah.
Y'all have been planning on how to segue off of something I say.
No?
No.
Okay,
no.
do you want to go with Tiger Woods or do you want to go with In-N-Out Burger?
Just do it.
Let's go with. Oh, that's tough. I could segue from both of those.
Oh, yeah. That's what I'm saying.
All right, let's go In-N-Out Burger. I like that one.
Okay. All right. Now, I read Fox News.
No.
They have a news site?
Real news.
Real news.
So, of course, mine is worded different
Yes.
than the liberal counterpart.
Yes.
So mine is the Huckabee reaction, okay? Which he says, start a boycott of In-N-Out Burger over the GOP donation. So
What's a boycott?
Instead of boycotting and not buying anything, you go buy something to support them.
Okay.
He's invented this new thing called a boycott.
Oh my gosh, the segues are just busting out of control
So,
from the story.
So yeah, so basically what's happened is In-N-Out Burger gave a $25,000 donation to the California Republican Party.
Okay.
Okay, and that enraged Democrats,
Naturally.
who lashed out and said, now, it was a tweet that was sent out. Let me see if I can find the tweet. I'm sure I can. Okay, it says, A2 In-N-Out, tens of thousands of dollars donated to the California Republican Party. It's time to boycott In-N-Out. Let Trump and his cronies support these creeps, perhaps animal style. But here's the thing. Records do show that In-N-Out Burger gives money to both sides. Mm-hmm. They gave $25,000 to the Republican Party, but they have given also tens of thousands of dollars to the Democratic initiatives, not just an open check to the.
But certain things.
And basically their stance on it has been, hey, we're going to support the things that reflect our values. Well, it didn't work. It didn't work. Nobody boycotted In-N-Out. Well, if you've been to California, it's the only place you can afford to eat. So nobody was gonna boycott it. Because McDonald's is $11 for a Big Mac.
It's because they get $15 an hour.
Right, minimum wage.
Yeah.
Never mind. I'm not going to talk about her today. The new. I'm not going to talk about whatever her name is.
We knew we'd
Can't
get her
remember
going.
name.
I do. I just don't know how to say it.
Horacio.
It's Cortez is her last name. It's a hyphenated, last name. But
Yeah. Your new
my Southern dialect will not do that.
right. I'm with it.
Ocasio Cortez or something like that.
Something
But I
like
was
that.
wrong about Malik Rozier as well, and it was one of those weird.
Everyone was
Yeah, so I didn't know that he was Malik Rozier
wrong
until
about his name, wrong about his talent.
I was never wrong about his talent.
Well, some
No,
people were.
I was never wrong about his
Anyway,
talent.
that's
Here's
a different
another
podcast.
segue.
That's a
But
different
anyway,
podcast.
so basically it didn't work. So now the guys come back out and said, "Oh yeah, we didn't really try to boycott." If you call for a boycott and it doesn't work, can you just then go back and say, "Hey, we were just kidding. We didn't really want to boycott anyway. I was just in the heat of the moment."
Sure.
And that's like trying to do something and say, "Oh yeah," it's like trying to kill somebody and missing and saying, "Oh yeah, I was just kidding. I wasn't really trying to kill him. I wasn't really trying to kill him." Yeah. So,
have you ever participated in a boycott or a boycott, Chief?
No.
You think that's ludicrous, don't you?
Well, okay. Let me go ahead before we dive into anything else, and let me go ahead and kind of express my views on it, because my views are on boycotts are more shaped spiritually than they are politically.
Mm-hmm. As they should be.
Because I don't know that Christ ever boycotted anything. Because I believe what happens is in boycotting, we set ourselves at opposition. Now, there are things that we should be opposed to, but we should be opposed to those things framed in love. Mm-hmm. No, but I also take this stance on things too. I don't buy exclusively, because all the boycotts, up until these things that I've been exposed to, have either just been done by the government, embargoes. They're not called boycotts; they're called embargoes.
Right.
Which I didn't have a choice,
right,
whether to participate in or not, or they've been religious in nature. But I also live my life. If my car tears up, the question that I ask is not where can I find a Christian mechanic.
You want the best.
I want the best mechanic.
Right.
When I'm in it, I weigh 320 pounds. I'm going to have a health problem at some point.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go in and say,
just claim it.
Who's the most Christian doctor? I'm going to say, who's the best doctor?
Right.
Now, do I want people praying for me? Yes, that's
Absolutely.
what my church family's for,
Yeah.
though.
Sure.
If my church family's not praying for me, do I want my surgeon to pray before he goes into surgery? Sure, that'd be great. But I'm going to have people that major in prayer praying.
Right. That's not who you depend on to pray for you.
Right. Yeah. I'm going to be okay prayer-wise, prayer covering, regardless.
You also wouldn't want me doing the surgery.
Right, but I also don't want... listen, as much as I love Pastor Jensen and I think he's a man of God and he can preach the house down, I'm not going to go and lay down on his desk and say, Pastor Jensen, I think I'm having a heart attack. Can you do bypass surgery on me? I'm going to go to the guy that knows how to do it.
Yeah.
So that's why really I haven't participated in boycotts.
By your stance, then boycott would also be ridiculous.
I would participate in the boycott if I was in California, simply because that's where we eat.
But you wouldn't. Okay. Yeah, but if you're not changing your normal behavior,
I'm not going to fly to California to buy In-N-Out.
Right. I don't think you can call it participation unless you're changing normal behavior.
Oh, that's correct. Just like you can't call it a fast,
right,
when you normally don't eat breakfast,
right,
and say, "Oh, well, exactly. I'm going to fast breakfast."
So you can't be like, "Oh man, I'm not." Yeah. So but what
I don't drink alcohol, so I can't say, "Oh, I'm going to fast alcohol."
Right, because you already don't do it.
I already don't do it.
Right. Okay, so you wouldn't be participating either way. You just be going In-N-Out because that's what you like to eat there.
Right.
I'm with you. you.
Yeah.
So, in light of that, there's a lot going on. Okay, a lot going on in the world, and
I have a very limited perspective of what's going on in the world. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to participate in this conversation.
There's a lot going on in the world. What I'm saying is there are a lot more important things than this right here, but this is the loudest thing at the moment. Okay.
See,
you're the one making it. Why are you making it like that?
No, I'm not.
We have not plotted against you.
But
we have
here's
not.
the thing: you're already pushing all my hot buttons.
No, we're not.
You're already trying to get me stirred up.
I am not pushing your.
You're
hot
naturally
buttons.
going to get stirred up about this issue.
I'm not pushing your hot buttons. You said we had a conversation a couple weeks ago about third thoughts and how it's normally just been these random stories. How you want to make it more themed. You want to get on a topic. I'm hopping on a topic. Okay.
Hop.
I'm hopping right onto it.
You may have to jump on this one. It may be a little higher than a hop.
It might be.
Because it is loud.
It is loud.
And, the squeakiest wheel gets the most oil.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Whether it's the most vital or not.
So here's the thing.
Because there's a lot more vital things happening right now.
Oh, tons. But it's interesting to me because I think there are a lot of There are a lot of angles here,
Yeah.
and
we're going to cover them all.
we're going to do our best.
In the next 30 minutes.
Yep, we're going to do our best.
35.
Colin Kaepernick. Okay,
Dude,
when you say the name now, there's all those things that have happened that come to mind.
And let me just go ahead. I know that this is your podcast, and I'm only a
It
guest,
is.
but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to frame this correctly.
Okay.
Colin Kaepernick took a knee.
Yeah.
He took a knee over police violence.
Yeah.
That has been turned into disrespecting the flag. Okay? And now this whole NFL thing. Okay. Part of this is Colin Kaepernick has been persecuted or suffered prejudice because he took a knee. I would like to point out that LeBron James has not passively been opposed to things that happen in our nation,
But actively.
but actively opposed. And LeBron James signed a max contract
Yep.
with the
I'm
Los
getting
Angeles
there, Chief.
Lakers.
You got to relax, brother. I'm trying to set this up.
Colin Kaepernick he's no longer an NFL quarterback. He's not a whatever that CFL quarterback. He's not a European League quarterback.
Vince McMahon will hire him when they come back.
It's not because he took a knee. It's because he's not a good quarterback.
Yeah. Well, so I think I see what you're saying, and I agree to an extent. I think it's a combination because I think what you're saying is, if he had more talent, his stance wouldn't keep him out of a job.
Like Tiger Woods says,
Right.
winning takes care of everything.
Yes. That's what I
Yep.
think about it, because from that standpoint, they want to say, well, it's because he has this stance.
I
It's
love
not-
America.
It's not because he has the stance.
Let me go ahead and cover that. Let me throw this other one out. I love
are-
America. I'm not going to listen to you. I love America, but let me just also say people are not gonna appreciate this. But I'm not gonna stop watching the NFL because they don't play the national anthem on television.
Right.
And the reason is because if I want to listen to the national anthem, I can pull it up on iTunes and listen to it. I turn on a football game because I want to watch football.
Correct.
I don't care if they. I don't care. I don't think it's. I don't think. I think what has happened is become so hot that that so many emotions are wrapped up in it. Now, if you choose to not watch the NFL because they're not playing the national anthem, I would ask you to consider this. Not trying to point fingers, because I probably stand on the opposite side of many of the things we're going to talk about in this discussion. When they play the national anthem on your television, do you stop eating chicken wings?
No.
Do you remove your hat and stand to
No.
attention? Are you usually in the bathroom
Probably.
getting ready for the game?
Yeah. Primping my hair.
Wait a minute, wait a minute. If you're in the
I was talking
bathroom,
about going to the bathroom.
but if you're in the bathroom, you are like actively listening to the. Have you ever done that?
What? Listen to the national anthem while in the bathroom?
Why would you do that?
No, I wouldn't. Why would I do that? I can't stand to attention.
No, you're watching the game on your phone while you're in the bathroom.
No, I don't watch the game on my phone while I'm in the bathroom.
Not an NFL game. I watch a college game in there.
I don't even do that. I gotta have time to breathe. Gotta have a break.
Is it that intense?
I really get into football, I guess. But no, I mean, I would say, listen, when you jump on the side of a cause, make sure you're fully on the side of the cause, that you're not just on it because it seems like a good cause to be on. Does that
Exactly.
make sense?
Yeah.
Yep.
So coming to the most recent thing,
Yes.
this Nike ad campaign. They put Kaepernick's face on it. Talked about making sacrifices. The new Just Do It campaign, right?
Yeah.
If you believe in something, it's worth sacrificing everything. Something to that effect, right?
Yeah.
So that's the most recent thing, okay? And so people decided
Can I talk about that statement?
Yeah, in a second. Let me frame it, man. So that's the most recent thing that happened. And so in light of your boycott story and boycott story, some people have taken to social media to show that they do not support this, that they're cutting the Nike symbols off their shorts and socks.
And they're putting them in-
burning tennis shoes.
Putting them in grizzly coolers and shooting them.
Yeah, just ridiculous.
They did do that with something.
Yeah, Grizzly Coolers.
Yeah, that was the
Shot Grizzly Coolers.
Yeah, that was.
Oh
the
yeah,
other
that's
thing.
right.
I was
Okay,
trying
yeah.
to make a joke.
But yeah, I mean, so they're destroying product that they've already purchased to
Right.
voice their opinion about this Kaepernick campaign with Nike. Now, I just bought a pair of Nike tennis shoes.
Right.
Literally the day the campaign came out. Not because of the campaign, because I didn't even know it was out when I bought them. But you better believe
But
I'm
the
not
reason
about.
the reason you bought the shoes was a weird reason.
Yeah, you want to know the reason?
I know the reason.
It's entirely fashion.
Yeah.
I prefer Adidas tennis shoes. Okay, in all ways, the way they look, the way they feel, everything. Florida State University, the football team is sponsored by Nike.
Correct.
I'm a huge Florida State fan. I have lots of Florida State gear. Has Nike swooshes on it. Can't help it. It's the way it is. I don't want to wear my Adidas tennis shoes with my Nike Florida State gear. So I needed some Nike tennis shoes. So, since I have the freedom to do that, I went and bought some Nike tennis shoes. Just so happened to be the same day that everybody's getting all flustered about the campaign. I guess my thing about it is that campaign has no bearing on whether I buy Nike stuff or not. I bought it because I needed it for a certain purpose, which is the reason that you buy anything.
Vanity.
Vanity. Dude, nobody's looking at your shoes during the game.
It's not about them.
What shoes did I have on during the game?
None, because you spilled hot chicken juice all over them.
Put 400-degree chicken water on my feet.
Let's not chase that rabbit, though. That's a funny story. But anyway.
With my Russell athletic pants.
And your Adidas.
And my Adidas
your
shirt.
Florida State baseball shirt.
You
from
got a shirt
19. What year was that? What year did you get it?
I would say that's probably from around 93.
Yeah. He's had it that long. It's an Adidas shirt, though.
And it still fits.
Yeah, I bought it big then.
I didn't mean that.
Here's my thing. If you form... Look, however you feel about my reason for buying Nike tennis shoes is fine. Okay? But it's not politically charged, nor is it morally charged, nor is it spiritually charged. It is...
Vanity charged.
It is literally because it has a different brand name on it. Because we have that option, because this is capitalist America.
Because you're free.
And I can buy whatever I want to buy separate from the ideals of those companies.
You can.
Yeah, surprise.
Surprise.
If you're listening and you don't think that, there it is.
Dude, if we boycotted everybody who differed in some ideal with us,
You never buy anything.
you never buy anything. It's like the whole Target bathroom thing. I have a friend, his wife spends hours in Target. Whenever she disappears and you don't know where she's at, she's in Target. He won't go to Target anymore because of the bathroom deal.
Right.
And
okay, I'm not going to the bathroom at Target or any other public
dude,
place.
I go in the stall. I don't care.
But that's what I'm saying.
I have bad experiences
It's a different reason.
every time I go to the bathroom in a public
It's a
place.
different reason.
Well, that's all public places. That's not just one.
But you're not forming that based on how you feel about that company. You're doing that because it's dirty, right?
No, I think there's something wrong with my brain that won't let me do it.
Either way, the point I'm making is it is not rational or normal to make your decisions this way. So you should stop doing that.
Based on here's the thing. Nike. Nike is a giant.
Huge. Billion-dollar
Huge.
company.
Nike is continually doing market research.
Mm-hmm.
And they're out there and they're seeing LeVar Arrington mouth off and be who he is, and they're losing, some business to the big baller brand. Nike's now,
Which is surprising.
Now Nike has come out. I mean, Adidas has come out, and now they're making stuff out of the sea trash. They're
Out of the ocean, yeah.
out of the ocean, yeah, and they're taking a little bit of Nike share, and so they sit in a boardroom and they say, "What's the most polarizing thing we can do to get some of these customers back?"
Oh, yeah.
And they run these, probably not computer-based algorithms, but brain-based algorithms. And they're like, what if we use Colin Kaepernick?
Yeah.
What if we put him on a thing, and we talk about sacrifice. Because these people have left because LeVar Arrington is standing for something, and they're cleaning up the sea, and they're using sea trash to build Miami University's uniforms, and all these things.
I thought that was just trash.
And so they say, okay, well, here he is. So they put this thing out, and they make it seem politically charged.
Yeah.
But you know what Nike's doing?
Cashing out.
They selling tennis shoes.
Dude.
Cashing.
It worked because
the
we're talking about it right
out.
now.
Nike is selling tennis shoes.
Not to me.
If you roll into now listen, is it going to cost them customers?
A few.
It will cost Nike some customers.
But they do more business
But-
worldwide than they do in the
Right.
US.
Okay, but listen to this. Probably what their market research showed. I'm just taking a wild swinging guess here.
Nah, you're probably exactly on with this.
Conservatives
Aren't buying.
buy less Nike apparel than
Anyway.
liberals.
Anyway.
Yep.
Already. Yeah.
I own a pair of Nike tennis shoes.
Yeah.
I have owned that pair of Nike tennis shoes since probably, I'm taking a stab here,
93.
2005.
Ah.
Have not bought a new pair of tennis shoes since 2005. Why? I'm not in the athletic business. You don't
need 'em.
No, yeah. You can look at me and tell I'm not running anywhere.
You don't. Yeah, you don't
Right.
want them. You don't want them.
I ran somewhere yesterday. I ran towards a bear that was trying to eat my rabbits.
Right.
But
bottom line is
I
you
didn't
don't
put my
want the
tennis shoes on.
Yeah.
I think I might have been barefooted. Barefooted chasing a bear. Now, that's a book right there. But here's the thing. There is error. Let's go all the way back to the origin of this.
Okay.
Okay. There is error on both sides.
Okay.
Okay. Colin Kaepernick takes a knee the very first time to protest police violence
And
Okay?
racism.
And yeah, but that's not what he said originally. It was police violence.
Yeah, and he's extended it to say it's protesting systemic racism.
Right. So when he first did it, he had no idea that it was going to cost him everything.
Correct.
Right.
So let's don't pretend like he knew this was going to happen when it started. He didn't. He was trying to get a little TV time. I mean, that's say what you want to say.
No money.
Yeah. So he takes a knee. People are enraged over it, and they're like, "You're disrespecting the flag." Instead of saying, "Hey, you know what? I see your point of view. I'm going to wear an armband in support instead," he continued to just take a knee, which perpetuated the fact that, hey, he's standing in opposition to the men and women who have died to protect the freedoms that the flag represent.
To give the origin of why he did it.
Okay. According to Snopes, U.S. Army veteran Nate Boyer convinced Colin Kaepernick to kneel rather than sit while protesting police brutality during the national anthem. September 2017, many criticized the take a knee protest by the NFL players as anti-military. Readers wrote in asking if a veteran had played a role in Colin Kaepernick's decision to kneel during the national anthem protest of the police killings of African Americans. Army Special Forces veteran Nate Boyer has said that his conversations with Kaepernick influenced the former NFL player to kneel rather than sit during the anthem. So, apparently it was confirmed that it was this guy, this Special Forces veteran, who actually convinced Kaepernick to take a knee rather than sit during the anthem.
Yeah. See.
Yeah. Okay. So that actually reinforces my point. In its origin, it didn't mean what it took on. Okay, he was doing it to protest police violence.
Right.
He's not protesting,
and we'll go with racism.
Yeah,
I mean,
but he
that's a
wasn't
good thing. Okay, let me also say racism is a great thing to protest.
Yes.
Hate in any form. Okay. But once it took on the life of its own, all you have to do is say, hey, you know what? I'm for America. This is what we're going to do. I'm going to wear an armband. How many times have people worn armbands to protest? Lots of times. I'm going to put something on my helmet. I know the NFL is going to find me, but I'm going to put a sticker on my helmet, or I'm going to wear shoes. I'm going to do something that it's obvious I'm not standing against the flag. I'm just saying that he erred on that side.
But see, here's the thing for me.
But on the other side, we erred by making it about that when it wasn't about that.
Yeah, and that's what. But to me,
But you have to see both sides. You can't just pick your side and say your side is right. You have to look through the lens of other people, because in communications class, in college, which I'm not saying Colin Kaepernick took a communications class. I'm not saying anybody took a communications class that's part of this argument. But in communications class, the very first rule of communication is that it's not how your message is presented, it's how it is perceived.
Correct. Perception is
Perception is the entire goal of communication. Mm-hmm. It wasn't perceived the way it was presented. I'm just saying that there is fault on both sides, and Nike has capitalized on it, and they're putting change in their pockets.
Yes.
Because most people that are now saying, I'm not going to buy Nike shoes, were probably not headed to the Nike store anyway.
And probably don't watch the NFL.
I don't
know.
Conservatives watch the NFL. Yeah.
Well, not as many.
If you feel that strongly about it.
Okay, I don't want to go there. I don't want to go to the place where we're willing to boycott things that don't really matter.
Well, that's what's happening. What do you mean?
No, I mean what I'm saying is we boycott the things that don't matter. Mm-hmm. But if it inconveniences us, we don't boycott them.
It's true.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. I'm with you.
Yeah. Had somebody told Colin Kaepernick, listen, if you take a knee, it's going to cost you everything. If you take a knee, you're not going to be in the NFL. You're not going to be in the CFL. You're not going to be in the European League. You're not going to be a sports commentator. You're not going to do any of those things. He would have chose a different method to protest.
Maybe. I think he kept protesting after all of the backlash started. We can't choose how somebody protests, right? That's the thing, is you're saying put an armband. We can't choose how he protests. He did it. If I'm protesting, I want to make it loud. It's not about, and he said it wasn't about.
But his whole stance, Randy, is the fact that why he is a martyr, he's a football martyr, is because he lost his job because he protested. But he did not think that was going to happen when he started protesting. Nor did anybody go to him and say, if you protest again, you're going to be out of the NFL.
Right.
His contract ended. Nobody else renewed it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
He quit protesting. You know why? Because the very flat platform that put him on TV took him off TV. Whether it be because of, I personally believe that controversy, along with his lack of talent, is what took him off of television and out of the NFL.
What I was trying to say earlier.
Yeah, I think it's lack of talent.
If he had Tom Brady talent.
If Tom takes a knee, he's still playing for the Patriots.
Yeah, Tom's still playing.
Exactly.
I think it
Tom
has more
let
to do.
the air out of footballs.
Yeah. That never happened. He was never directly accused of doing it himself.
Anyway,
you're right. He didn't actually take the air out. He just threw him after the guy he called and told to take the air out took the air out.
It didn't matter.
But you're okay. So maybe Tom Brady's a bad example. But what I'm saying is, like you said about LeBron earlier, LeBron's the best player in the league. He's vocal about the things he doesn't agree with, and takes a stand for those things and protests those things. He's still in the starting five, and he's going to because he has enough talent. So that any heat that may come toward his team or organization, and they're willing to manage that.
And here's another thing about LeBron. He uses his shoes to protest, knowing that he's going to get fined before he does it. Mm-hmm. But he still does it, and he pays the fine.
Yeah.
You can't wear two different color shoes in the NBA.
Right.
That's a uniform violation, and there is a fine. He knows that's coming, but he does it anyway.
Yeah.
Now, do I believe now if Colin Kaepernick made an NFL roster, would he kneel? Yes. because it's gotten bigger than him.
Oh
Yeah, for sure.
And
It's gotten bigger than him.
He's far more popular now than he was just throwing footballs and just doing handoffs.
Oh yeah, and but let me also say what Nike has said with this. You don't have to be a great athlete to wear our shoes.
He did have a good season or two before he...
But no, what I'm saying is this man's not a professional athlete anymore.
Right.
What other non-professional athletes does Nike sponsor?
This dude's a spokesperson for a generation, though, now, for people that are protesting police brutality. Not to us, because we're on the other side of that, right? I mean...
I'm not on the other side of... Oh. I'm not on the other side of police brutality.
No, you're white, though. We're not... I don't walk out the door in fear.
Yeah, but I don't think the police should go brutalize people.
No, I don't think so either. What I mean by that is you're white.
Ooh.
You and I are not worried every time we walk out the door. We're not worried when our kids walk out the door.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, so what I'm saying
For
is...
multiple reasons.
Well, yeah. I mean, yes, you can go...
Yeah, I mean, yes. For multiple reasons, I'm not worried when I walk out the door. Now, let me say this for the record. I do not plan to buy Nike shoes anytime in the near future.
Okay.
I had a thought of buying a new Nike Florida State jersey.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that I'm not going to do that either. But I'm not going to do it because Colin Kaepernick's article is because I need to buy bear spray for my home.
There you go.
I need to use that money for something that is more
There you go.
appropriate. Okay?
Yeah, my whole thing about this entire deal is if you don't think Kaepernick is cashing out because of this ad, if you don't think Nike is cashing out because of this ad, you are wrong.
Oh, yeah. Uncle Phil is sitting in his office right now saying, gotcha.
Mm-hmm. And you better believe they wrote Cap a big check, too.
Oh, yeah.
A huge check.
They wrote him a big check, and the day the ad came out, people flooded in, and they bought more shoes than what that ad cost them.
Mm-hmm.
Because there are people in the world that want to be on one side or another of any slant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But this is what's going to happen. This is what's going to happen. Something in the next couple of years, Nike's going to get behind a patriotic push.
Oh, yeah.
And they're going to make a pair of Nikes with red, white, and blue swooshes. They're gonna do something in camouflage. And Uncle Phil's going to sit in his office and he's going to say, gotcha.
Because he's going to have the other side in his
Because he's
pocket.
going to have the other side in his pocket.
Yeah, so here's
Or he's going to start another company.
Yeah. This is what I'm
Do
saying.
we even really know what Nike owns?
No.
No, we have no idea. They probably own tons of stuff.
For all I know, they make my grits that I eat in the morning.
For all I know, they make the Adidas shoes.
Right. I mean, we don't know. But here's the
Heck if I
thing.
know.
It is a heated debate. And do I believe that whether he intentionally or inadvertently disrespected the flag, in the Chiefs' heart, yes, I do. I believe that.
Mm-hmm.
Can you disrespect an inanimate object?
What it stands for.
See, I think...
When I say the flag, it's what the flag stands for.
So
that's why when you burn the flag, it's not the flag itself. Because listen, brother, I got a pair of swimming trunks that are American flags,
Yeah, you
but
do.
instead of stars, they're deer heads.
Yeah. Well, some people be mad at you about that, too.
Okay, so it's not about the inanimate object. It's about what it represents to me. But here's the thing, it's the philosophical ideals of the individual. And most things that lie outside the realm of objectivity, we don't get upset about. It's the things that we have a philosophical attachment to that we get upset about. Mm-hmm. Those philosophical ideas of the flag and what it represents and what it means.
See, here's the thing. I think I'm on the flip side. I think he is actually upholding the values the flag represents. Freedom for all, not just certain people. Rights for all. I think he's upholding those things for people. And I honestly will say, I think a broad swath of the American population doesn't understand what the flag really stands for. And I think part of that is because there's a latent racism in a lot of white people in America. And I'm sure there's on the other side too, but there's latent racism where we don't even realize how bad it is for our African American brothers and sisters. And so when he does that, it's hard for us to sympathize. But that flag, to me, stands for freedom of speech. It stands for all the things the Constitution stands for. And my issue is more with the fact that when people say he's disrespecting the anthem, if you go to the third verse of the national anthem, which we don't, right? We never do. It's racist. It's outright, blatantly racist. Francis Scott Key penned it. He was racist by all accounts that most non-whitewashed historians have
Do we sing it?
We don't sing it, but
I wasn't.
No,
throwing that.
no,
okay,
no,
what I'm
we
saying
don't
is,
sing it.
I didn't mean that the way that just sounded out of my mouth. The tone. I didn't mean. Well, do we sing it? That's not what I meant.
Yeah.
I meant I honestly didn't know.
Yeah.
Because
we
first of
don't.
all, I'm not musically inclined enough.
I'm
we
not
go
either.
through multiple verses
we
in
only
that
sing
song.
one verse, right?
We only sing one verse. The
So,
problem is...
yeah, that was my question because
Yeah.
I'm trying to go through it in my head and I'm thinking maybe I don't know the words because
No,
I
none
can't
of-
think how the part that I know.
Most of us don't
'Cause
know.
I don't know the third verse.
Right.
Most of
And a
us
lot people
don't know, but the thing is, it's one of those issues where this whole song, when you sing one verse of a song, what happens in your mind? You associate the rest of it with that same song. Like the same way Jesus quoting a psalm, I'm going to go here. Jesus quoting a psalm on the cross, we associate the rest of that psalm. In my mind, and in people who know this, in their mind, that's what happens. And again, I have a hard time speaking about this. I'm a white, empowered, I'm on the other side. I have white privilege. But I mean, what happened was Francis Scott Key was attacked by by a group of slaves who had escaped and formed a colonial marines is what they called them. He was attacked by them, these former slaves that were fighting for the British in the War of 1812, and he said this about them. He said, "Their blood has washed out their foul footsteps' pollution. No refuge could save the hireling and the slave from terror of flight or gloom of the grave." It's interesting to me. I didn't know that until a few years ago, and I'll admit, I have a hard time singing the song knowing that that's the third verse. I mean, I have a hard time singing a song that I have a harder time with. Let me back. I have a harder time with the Pledge of Allegiance. We talked about this earlier today. I have a hard time with that because my ultimate loyalty doesn't lie with America.
No, right.
And that's a tough one for me. There's a lot of religious sects, Christian sects that don't say it, and I err towards that. And I mean, I struggle with that being a Southerner as well because around me, you have people that don't realize that, like, Jesus wasn't sporting an American flag shirt back in Galilee. And
and I think I make that clear all the time.
Yes, you do.
That you can't confuse patriotism with spirituality.
And so many people do.
Yeah, absolutely. But here's the thing though about that is, well, let me first of all just make a short comment about what you said about the anthem. There is a very popular Christian song, worship song, that I don't sing, although 98% of it is theologically correct. Mm-hmm. Okay? But there's one statement in it that I don't like. Okay? And I don't sing it.
right.
But that doesn't invalidate the rest of it. The rest of the true theology that's there is not invalid because of the one statement, he gives and takes away. Now, that's in Scripture. Mm-hmm. He gives and takes away is in Scripture, but when you read 2 chapters over, Job was saying that, not God. God rebukes Job for saying it.
Right.
So those are the words of Job. We attribute them to God, and we sing it like it's... But anyway, but just because that third verse is wrong doesn't make someone wrong for singing the actual patriotic part of the song.
I mean, it's just...
I mean, we chose to sing that. He didn't make us sing that.
No, he
Does that
doesn't make us sing it.
Okay, let me finish this too, because I don't disagree that him protesting is what America is about. The right to protest.
Sure it is.
I personally, and I said it's my philosophical view, I personally would have done something different once I realized what it was causing. Does that make sense?
It does make sense, but I think he kept doing it because he knew what it was causing, and
Yeah.
he wanted to push to the forefront.
Yeah, I think it was the popularity that kept it going that way.
But what happened, though, okay, let me just say
Yeah.
this. What happened, but we have to understand, Colin Kaepernick is not a professional protester or a
Right.
professional communicator.
Right.
But what happened is the fact that he kept protesting, he actually covered the intent of what he was doing, and it created a larger message that set down over the top of that and made the protest about something else.
What made it about something else to other people? People were misrepresenting, like you said a minute ago. People did not understand what he was really trying to do. All they saw was, this is this symbol. This is this symbol that he's disrespecting. But in my mind, the first thing I thought was, these people that they're saying he's disrespecting are actually the ones that earned the right for him to do that. We live in a country that's free. In China, we're not going to have time to get to this article. In China right now, there's 1 million Muslims in re-education camps where they're being psychologically brainwashed. They're being fed pork. They're shaving their beards and making them drink alcohol because their views differ. There's not freedom like there is here in America. And if we can't pick and choose who we give freedom to. Conservatives seem to want to do that. Liberals seem to want to do that. If somebody's on the other side,
both
you want
sides
to
want to
do
do
it.
that.
Yeah. And it's getting worse and worse.
What I would have done, because I would have known immediately, first of all, that it was going to cost me something. I would have gotten a shirt and I would have pulled it on over my jersey with all the names or pictures of the people that have been wrongly abused by police, killed, beaten, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And I would have made obvious the people that I was standing for and against. Because let me tell you something. An officer who makes an arrest that kills someone who is unarmed and is not causing them bodily harm is a murderer.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I grew up in a family of law enforcement. That's a murderer. If you handcuff somebody and then beat them, that's wrong.
Right.
Okay? It's wrong. I don't worry about getting pulled over and shot. I don't worry about that. Because when people approach the car, they don't have the same fear that they have when they approach the car and it's someone of another race.
Right.
I don't believe that is a valid fear either. Because I believe white people shoot people too. I believe Asian people shoot people. I believe, I'm not going to name all the people groups.
Keep going.
But I'll leave somebody out and they'll hurt their feelings because I never want to hurt anybody's feelings on this podcast. But I believe that that there is that element. And then there is also the element, I'm not going to get shot when someone pulls me over, because when they pull me over, I pull to the side of the road, and I've been pulled over. I pull over to the side of the road. I put my emergency flashers on. I turn the car off. I put my hands on the steering wheel.
Yep.
I wait for the officer to approach and ask for what he wants me to produce.
Yep.
Okay? I don't start rummaging around immediately in my dash or in my back pocket looking for my driver's license and my insurance card, because he doesn't know what I'm looking for.
Right.
For all he knows, I'm looking for a bazooka. You know what I'm saying?
320 is not big enough for you to put a bazooka in your pocket.
I put my hands on the steering wheel and I wait, and he comes and he asks me for what he wants to ask me for, and I do carry a gun with me in my automobile at most all times. And I look at him and I say, I have a loaded handgun, normally in my passenger seat in a bag, but I'm not reaching in that bag. I'm going to go in my dash and get my insurance card. I'm going to go in my back pocket and get my driver's license. and I don't worry about getting shot because I'm white, and there's no predisposition of fear. But let me say this: we do a lot of ministry in the toughest parts of our community. And we go and knock on doors, and we have people of all races that come to those doors.
Yeah.
And there has never been a moment where fear has crept into my heart when someone has opened the door, unless they're white. When I knock on a door and a white person comes to the door, my initial reaction is to take whoever's with me serving and take a step back and get them away from the door.
Really?
Because I have a predisposition of fear of white people that live in the areas where we do ministry. That is a fear inside my heart.
Yeah.
Okay? Maybe I'm racist towards white people. I don't know. I know I have a prejudice I know I have some geographical prejudice in my heart about people that live in certain areas, and I make certain assumptions about why they choose to live there based on cost of living and those kind of things.
Sure. We all have things.
Yeah, we all have.
But here's the thing: this thing is so charged.
It is.
With Cap. That people don't realize Nike's been doing this forever.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
If you want to be mad about this. Phil Knight went to a community college when he first started the company, and he asked a design class to design a logo for a sneaker. When the things were presented to him, he chose the Nike swoosh, swoosh, however you say it,
Swoosh.
check mark, fat check mark, whatever you want to call it. And he gave the lady the option. He said, I'll give you $100 or I'll give you a penny for every pair of shoes I sell. And she took the $100.
Yikes. Oof.
Maybe he should have gone back and gave that lady a little more compensation.
Yeah.
This thing was started on the back of more deserving people. They build their tennis shoes in sweatshops in Indonesia.
Right, but who's boycotting about that?
But that's out of sight.
Exactly.
That's out of sight.
So we don't care about that. We only care about a certain segment of humans that we...
But I'll tell you why. And it's because media and politicians and the current social climate of our country, that this is what's happening. So if you play into this in either way, if you boycott, my bottom line is if you boycott or you boycott because of this, you are being played.
Yep.
And you know what? They will continue to play you because they want your bank account. They want the money that's in it. They want your loyalty to their brand. And they will switch on you in a heartbeat for whoever's more popular.
Yep.
For whichever group is more widespread, whichever group is going to pour more money into it, that's where they're going. Right now, this is a good topic for them. They're going to make money off of it. And then, like we said earlier, they're going to switch to the next thing. So, that's the real reason I wanted to get it out there is I believe in standing up for what you believe in. I believe in the freedom that we have in America, and I'm thankful for it, and I'm grateful for it. And I have no intention of leaving the country or abandoning our country or anything like that.
Dude, we do. With everything I've said, we have the greatest country in the world.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I really believe that.
Yeah, and you don't get that. That's the NFL is not anywhere else.
No,
it's
we're
here. I mean, you're only able to get certain things
because we're free.
Of who we are, as a country. And I am grateful for those things. And my thing is, Cab wants to kneel, he can kneel. If he wants to wear an armband, he can wear an armband. If he wants to take a big check from Nike and be in black and white behind a statement about sacrifice, well, bless God, he can do that too.
Yep.
Because we live in this country that is free. And if I want to buy Nike shoes for vanity reasons because it doesn't match my other stuff, I'm free to do that. If I want to buy them because I believe in what they're doing, I'm also free to do that. If I want to avoid them because they're doing something, I'm free to do that. So my bottom line is, don't shame other people for doing the things that they do for the reasons that they do them. That's what freedom is. You can't come at me sideways for buying them because I wanted them to match my Florida State gear. That is my choice. You want to bust on me for that, that's fine. But I'm not going to tell somebody that they shouldn't boycott because they feel strongly about it. And I'm not going to tell somebody that they should buy into it because they feel strongly about it. That's what freedom is.
Yep.
But also, just understand that also with that freedom means these big corporations, these companies, in this economic system, that means they're free to do whatever makes them the most money. Your politicians are going to do whatever they need to do to stay in office and keep collecting your tax dollars. Do not be fooled into thinking that anybody is on your side, because they're not. They're out to get the dollar, and it might work for you for a while, and then it won't. It's only when it's profitable. Politics is that way. Corporate America is that way. That's the bottom line. And the reason that's possible is because we're free. So, vote with your vote. Vote with your dollar. Vote with your knees. Vote with your footballs. Whatever. Your shoes. But don't shame other people. And don't get into a violent fight about these things. Because bottom line, at the end of the day, it's about your dollar.
Dude, we can only have these conversations because we're free, right?
Right. We wouldn't be able to, we couldn't jump on the internet and talk about it for an hour.
In China, we would never be able to do this.
Oh, dude, we'd be jailed.
We'd be in jail.
Beaten and yeah. And yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to bring it up because it is and the reason I brought it up, full disclosure, the reason I brought this up today is because it's the hot topic and I want you to listen to my podcast and give to my Patreon. I'm not even excused from these things. Look, you don't have to give it to the Patreon. I just want you to leave a review and a comment, even if you hated it. Anyway, I thought it was a good show. What do you think, Randy?
Yeah, man.
Chief had to step out, so we'll wrap it up. Remember, Third and Long is back. So Third and Long will resume on Monday at noon. We're going to review, I guess we'll review the first 2 weekends of college football since we didn't get one in on Labor Day. Yeah. But yeah, we'll get to that on Monday. Remember, Third Thoughts is every Wednesday live on Spreaker at 2 p.m. We go for about an hour. If you want to jump in the conversation, listen. Here's the other thing about freedom. You're free to have your own opinions and your comments. And you're also free to put them in the chat box as we do the podcast. I think it would be great. I'd love to hear what you have to say. Love to hear where you're at on the issue, what you think, which shoes you bought. I just bought some new Odyssey Reacts. I think they're really comfy. Laced them last night. Can't wait to wear them. Can't wait to run in them. It's going to be fun. And then, you know what? I'll put my Adidas back on too. Right, exactly. Because I can. Okay? Anyway, we appreciate you. Thanks for being with us. Catch us next week. If you're listening later on any of your favorite podcast platforms, whether that be Spotify or Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, TuneIn Radio, wherever you're at, we appreciate that too. Let us know where you're listening from. Until next time, this has been Third Thoughts.